Good afternoon. Today I'm baking. I'm back in the kitchen baking. I'm going to make an old school cake for John's birthday on Wednesday. He doesn't eat a lot of cake, but I thought, well, it's his birthday, why not? So I am using a different camera today, hopefully, so it gets the full screen here for you. But the only thing is, I've got to buy more equipment so that you can get me and everything I'm doing all in one shot. I haven't got that yet. So once I've done explaining, I'm just going to move the camera around just so that you can see what I'm doing. You don't need to look at me anyway. So just let me do it so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that's about right. So fingers crossed anyway. But I am going to be using my hand mixer, so it may be a little bit noisy. Do just mix it until you get it all creamy. There is 300 grams. Let me just explain first. I forgot to explain. There is 300 grams of granulated sugar. You can use caster sugar, which I've always used caster sugar, but I'm finding that there's no difference, and granulated sugar is that little bit cheaper. So there's 300 grams of caster sugar, 300 grams of butter. I've used Stoke today. I normally use Perfect for Cakes from Aldi, but I've run out. So it's 300 grams of Stoke. You can use what I call best butter as well, whichever you prefer. So I'm gonna just give this a whisk up until it's nice and creamy, and I'll be back. Now what I do, as you've seen so many times before, just get a spatula and make sure it's all evenly combined. My hands are clean. And then for this amount of mixture, I'm going to add 5 eggs. So just hopefully I'll be able to crack these in perfect. These eggs will come in handy at some point. All the eggs I've bought recently. Right, so that is 5 eggs, and also 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then I can find the right one. That is it. There we go. And then just give this another whisk up. Just be careful when you first do it, because it does sometimes splatter all out. As you can see, I always turn the bowl as I'm mixing as well. Then you get something like this. As you can see, I hope you've all had a good weekend. Pop along, say hello. In here, 300 grams of self-rising flour. Let me just get the sieve, because I do always like to sift my flour. I find it makes it lighter. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I find. So quickly just sift that in. I am also going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. If you're using plain flour for a sponge, use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Again, just to help with the rising of the cake. That is that. Baking powder. You never find a 1-to-1, can you? There we go, my little pink one. I do like that one. So it's just 1 teaspoon of baking powder if you're using self-rising flour. Right, I'm going to give this a whiz up and I'll be back. Right, so again, I just get the spatula, run it all the way around. You will find with silicone spatulas it cleans the bowl superb. The best tools for a kitchen, in my opinion, is silicone. And then what I do is I just go to the bottom just to make sure that it's all being mixed in from there. That's what I'm after. So then that is what you are looking for. And then just going to quickly, sorry for the noise, I'm quickly just going to wipe my hands. And then I have got a lined baking tray here. The trick what I picked up from Ruth's Kitchen, I think it was, I have mentioned it quite a few times, is wet your greaseproof paper beforehand, dab it with a tea towel to dry it off, and it's perfect. It does moulding better. So now I'm just going to grab the spatula, pour it in there. I have preset the oven to 180. I've seen that other people set their oven to 160, 170, but I just do mine to 180 and keep an eye on it. It will go in here for about half an hour. After about 25 minutes, half an hour, I'll check on it. If the skewer comes out with moisture still in as normal, then I will pop it back in for another 5 minutes. Keep checking it every 5 minutes because it does some catch and we don't want it burnt. So yeah, like I say, this will go in for half an hour and hopefully it'll be cooked. I will do another video on decorating it later because it has to go cold, as you probably know. Right, so move that out of the way. And then with your palette knife or anything that you've got that is quite flat that you can spread it out with, just do that. Just try and make it as even as possible. If it's for yourselves, it doesn't have to be perfect, does it? And that is that. So off it goes in the oven now for about half an hour. So I'll be back with decorating it. So yeah, as you can see, that is now going to go into the oven for about 30 minutes, and then I will test it with a skewer. So I will be back with another video later on of once it's gone cold, putting icing on and sprinkles. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you a bit later. Take care.